Hey everybody, what's going on? Originally this was going to be a games that I picked up recently update, but considering that I've kind of gone crazy in the past couple months when it comes to purchasing video games. Not too long ago I became a member of Best Buy's Gamer Club Unlocked. They had a promotion going on where if you bought a new game, you got the membership for $30. It's a 2-year membership that gets you 20% off all brand new video games. So if you were to buy a $60 video game, instead of being full price, you pay like $45, $46, $47 with tax, depending on where you live. So you can see how I've kind of abused the living heck out of that. But it's all good because all the games that I managed to pick up were not at full price. They were actually pretty cheap. Some cases half off to 60-70% off. So this video in particular is going to be limited to things that I purchased on the Black Friday / Cyber Monday weekend sale. It's actually going to be split up into 2 parts. The first part's going to be the video games, and the second part's going to be the Blu-rays that I purchased because I have one more set coming in the mail. So you should expect that probably Thursday, maybe Wednesday, one of the 2 days. But let's get on to the games I purchased. Most of these were from Best Buy, but I do have one from Amazon.com. So I have 2 PlayStation Vita games, 1 Nintendo 3DS game, and here's the big one: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 PlayStation 4 games. I definitely went crazy this year when it comes to the PS4. It's to make up for the fact that I didn't buy much after Infamous came out. So let's start off with the PlayStation Vita games. First up, we got God of War Collection on the Vita. This comes with both God of War 1 and God of War 2. Now, I already own the God of War Collection on PS3. I bought it when it shortly after it came out. But I was roaming around Best Buy in my local area, and I saw this was on sale on Cyber Monday for $10. So that, combined with my Gamer Club Unlocked, I got it for pretty cheap. And I gotta say, if you're a person who's never played God of War and you want to get into it for the first time, don't buy the Vita version. I'll just say that. If you have a PlayStation 3, get the PlayStation 3 version because the games are running at a better resolution, better frame rate. It's not necessarily to say that these are bad ports. They're pretty decent ports. I mean, if you're expecting God of War on the go, they hold up well. It's just that if you have the option, go for PS3. But if you are going to get the Vita version because you're interested, I would not recommend paying more than $20 for this. Just coming from a person who's played the best possible version of the God of War collection on the PS3, just avoid this one. The graphics aren't as great. The gameplay still holds up, don't get me wrong, but just so many things in here. Compressed audio, just it's not worth it. But for $10, I don't regret picking up some of the best action games around. And this one came from Amazon.com. And that is Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. Now, for any of you guys who follow me on Facebook or Twitter, links down below, you would know that I picked up Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc over the summer, and I freaking binged the living crap out of that game. I put, I think, close to 40 hours into it, and it was just a fantastic, fantastic video game. It's basically a visual novel where you're this person who is stuck in this school, and the entire objective, if you want to get out of the school, is to successfully kill one of your fellow classmates and get away with it. And that's all I'm going to say for that, because from there it just gets so crazy. The story is so intricate and unique. I just love living crap, and everybody and their dog said you have to pick up the sequel, but I was so hesitant on getting it because I didn't want to spoil myself and rush into it after playing the first game, because then if I finish this one the same like I have the first one, I gotta wait so long for them to do another one. But this was on sale on Amazon on Black Friday for $30, and considering that the first game doesn't really drop down in price that much, usually stays in the $29 to $40 range. I paid $20 because it was a PSN flash sale. I do not regret purchasing this for $30. So after I finish up a couple more Vita games, I'm definitely gonna get onto this one. Now, for the lone 3DS game, this is the first 3DS game I've purchased in a while. That is Theater Rhythm Curtain Call. This is the Day 1 edition, if you will, which comes with a bonus music soundtrack with a couple of the tracks from the game. I wasn't going to pick this up, to be honest, but I really did enjoy playing the first game a lot. I love the music composed in the Final Fantasy series. And when I saw this one on sale on Black Friday for $20, Gamer Club Unlocked, $15. So for this, I do not regret the purchase. There's just so much content in here. 221 songs with 60 different characters from the Final Fantasy franchise. It has the tracks from the first game, in addition to online multiplayer, so you can play with people in this. So I honestly do not regret the purchase of this for only 15 bucks. Come on, don't say that that's a bad deal. Come on, and it's Final Fantasy music, so it's always good. Next, let's move on to the PS4 game collection. I got 6 of them right here, and hopefully none of y'all saw what they were. First on the bat, I can say without a shadow of a doubt that all of these games are blind buys. These were games that I originally was not going to get until I saw a price drop. But seeing as how they had a price drop on Black Friday, I was able to pick up every game in this list ranging from $20 to $33 at the max. So let's start off with some of the ones that I have not gotten a chance to play. First up is Wolfenstein: The New Order. I was able to pick this up for 23 bucks. And I don't really have too much experience with the Wolfenstein series. I did play the last game that they released, I think in 2009. And, you know, I thought it was okay, a little bit rough around the edges, but it was a decent experience. And I've heard nothing but great things about this one. I heard it's a real good throwback to the days of classic FPS. Everybody I know has had nothing but good things to say about this. And I have seen it on sale on a couple of PC sites. It was always going for like 30 bucks something. And during the week of Black Friday, it was like 20 something bucks everywhere. Steam, Xbox One, PS4. So I decided to get it on the PS4. Because I needed more games, so hopefully I'll have some fun with this one. Next up, we have The Evil Within. This is, of course, coming from, I believe it's Shinji Mikami, the guy responsible for Resident Evil. And this one, like Wolfenstein, I have nothing to say on whatsoever because I have not played it yet. But I was able to snag this for the same price, $24. And it comes with this really cool lenticular slipcase, as you can see. I think this is just for people who bought the first run of it, and apparently my Best Buy had it. And that's just something I need to mention for all these things. I did not go into the store to purchase anything here outside of the God of War collection. Everything I purchased on bestbuy.com, free shipping, and I got it like a couple days after Cyber Monday. So I honestly recommend, if you're going to shop on Black Friday, do it online. You get 99.9% of the same deals, and you avoid all the hassle. You can actually, I don't know, spend time with the people you love. I'm just saying, instead of going out there and acting like a madman the day after you say you're supposed to be grateful for the things you have. I'm just saying. So I'm definitely going to give this one a try. I might live stream it on PlayStation 4. But I've heard a lot of mixed things about it. I've heard a lot of good things saying that it's like the next Resident Evil, because Resident Evil has not been Resident Evil since Resident Evil 4. Well, actually, that's not true. We had Revelations, but still, that's one game amongst every single 5 and every single Resident Evil 6 we get. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to give this one a try to have a full opinion on, because everywhere I go, it's so mixed. Next up, we have this right here. This is Metro Redux, and as you can see, I have not opened it, but the game fell out of the case. So, thank the Lord for Blu-ray, because if this was an Xbox 360 game, oh, you better pray. But, the Metro Redux collection was just a blind buy. I needed something to fill my cart, and I saw this was there. It was only $20 with my discount, and I already own the games on PC, which are the definitive versions of the game. But, you know, there was something about just supporting this developer. I really do like what the games they've done. I've played them on PC, but I wanted to show them, hey, you know, I'm going to buy them again. And considering that there's no real reason to buy the definitive versions on PC, so I said, you know what, let's screw with that. I'll just get it on PlayStation 4 because it is really cheap for both games. And Metro Redux has like all the last light improvements from what I've read, so I'll be able to experience Metro 2033 in a more modern fashion, if you will. So Metro Redux, definitely glad to have this in my collection. Can't wait to see what they're going to do next. Alright, and since we're on the topic of definitive editions, yeah, a lot of you guys are going to crucify me for this one, and I should crucify myself for this one. I picked up for 23 bucks Sleeping Dogs, the definitive edition. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the living crap out of Sleeping Dogs. It was one of my favorite games of 2012. In my opinion, it is so underrated in the grand scheme of games that have come out in the past generation or two. But when I heard that Square Enix was re-releasing it for the same price as they did in 2012, I thought that was complete BS. Of course, it is a remaster, and they have gone back and tweaked some things, and it comes with all the DLC, but I do not think $60 really warranted that entire remaster. I mean, especially if you're coming off the PC version, which I played. I bought the PC version on day one for like $30. And like when I heard they're re-releasing it for $60 on the consoles, I'm like, oh my god, that's highway robbery. So the reason why I picked this up was because a friend of mine, he's a big fan of Sleeping Dogs. He played it on a 360, got himself a PS4. And I was like, you know what, I got to get him something for Christmas. So I was like, yes, I'll get him Sleeping Dogs. So I put it in my cart. It's all ready to ship out. It's on its way here. And then I get a text from this dude saying, hey, man, you know, here's my Black Friday haul. And what did he get? Sleeping Dogs for the PS4. So I'm just sitting there like, well then. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Part of me wants to return it and get my money back. But at the same time, I only paid $23 for it. And I still love Sleeping Dogs at the end of the day. So in my conscience, my weird form of making sure everything is okay, $23 for one of my favorite games 2012 is not a bad deal. But I'm probably not going to play this until I pick up Grand Theft Auto 5, because that's the game I really want to play for open world. But $23 can't go wrong with Sleeping Dogs, especially if you're a person who's never played it before. And another game that I literally have nothing to say on because I don't know much about it, Alien Isolation. This is the Nostromo edition, which comes with bonus content for fans who obviously watch the movie. Again, another game like all the other ones I have no idea on whatsoever. I've heard a lot of great things that this is the Alien game that everybody's been waiting for after the colossal failure that was Aliens Colonial Marines last year. This is done by Creative Assembly, the guys who worked on the Civilization franchise. So it's definitely interesting. It's a different change of pace from the stuff they've been doing. And I've heard nothing but great things about this. I've heard a couple of mixed things, like, you know, nothing too amazing, but not horrible, like in the 7 range. But that's perfectly fine for me. I definitely can't wait to give this a whirl. True survival horror. This is definitely something I can't wait to play. And this one was $20 as well. Now, this one actually came part of a Black Friday bundle, as my friend Ness Mudkip would say. This is Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. I actually picked this up because Amazon was having I guess you can call it a Lord of the Rings set where you could buy the Blu-ray and the game and it only came out to $60. So I jumped on that. Oh, spoiler for my Blu-ray update. But yeah, this is a game that I've heard nothing but great things on, and I've been playing this game nonstop since I bought it. The only thing that's kept me away from this has been Kingdom Hearts. This is fantastic. I know it's redundant to say this, but this is literally Batman meets Assassin's Creed. It's just so deep and rich from the get-go. There's no weird learning curve of things you can or can't do in the beginning. There's no hand-holding tutorials. You can't do this till you reach X amount of hours. No, they throw you straight into this. And to prove that, I have done probably 3 out of the main story missions. Every single other thing I've been doing has just been going around the world, killing random orcs and, you know, just destroying Sauron's army. It's fantastic. I love the Nemesis system in this one, which essentially is like, you know, every enemy that you fight, potentially, when I'm not dropping things, can have a lasting impact. Like, literally, the world is alive when it comes to enemies. It's not just you go here and you kill grunts and then there's a boss guy there. No. If you get killed by one of these grunts, they actually get ranked higher up in Sauron's army, and they get new, you know, abilities and powers, and of course they get more powerful. But there's just so much to do in this game. I'm just scratching the surface, and I freaking love every single minute of it. The game is gorgeous. It runs at a good frame rate. I don't know much about the story. Obviously, as I said, I've only played 3 missions, but I really do love the living crap out of this game. I definitely recommend it for people who haven't got a chance to play it. And for $33, which is what I paid with the bundle, I do not regret this at all. So these were all the games that I bought on Black Friday, everybody. Again, like I said, no game here outside of Middle-earth came to more than like $19 to $24. Everything here was super duper cheap, and normally I would get so pissed off because I'm spending money on games I'm not going to play. But again, my philosophy is if I can get it for really cheap and it just came out, hey, it can sit in my backlog for a while. And I know somebody's going to come up here and say, well, if you actually beat those games, you'll probably see this game at the same price at some point. I don't operate by that logic. I operate by it's cheap. My backlog will not cry as much. That's my, you know, that's my philosophy when it comes to that. So, got a lot of good stuff to play over the next couple of months. I definitely cannot wait to get on to some of these games. So post down below in the comments section what games, movies, Blu-rays, anything that you picked up over the Black Friday season. Let me know. I'm NGS signing out, and like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace.